Like, for example, we couldn't have a long-standing war under a Republican, under a Democrat for two terms, and then under another Republican era for this long if we hadn't had that take place. If that hadn't been the catalyst for it, and we hadn't sought regime change in every instance. And what I remind the people up there is the context. That this started not just with Bush, but also then it continued with Obama when he continued which was called the Bush Foreign Policy Platform, which was to knock over countries that the United States didn't agree with or didn't have the national currency or the gold standard. So during the Obama administration, we knocked over Libya, we knocked over Tunisia, and then we knocked over Egypt. And then
a lot of these people here don't understand that.
And then we destroyed Syria. So when we look at that, it's hard for me to see him as a progressive, and you kind of get the veil lifted. And then when the documents come out that, we realize the DNC lied, I feel like the country's always needed an alternative, but there's an old saying that's saying that the third party will always be the future of the country. It's a fucked up joke, but
never the president.
But I feel like at this point you're at a level where the Republican Party is split and it doesn't exist the way it did before. Where half the people are like anti-Trump, but still say, hey, these are the policies that I don't like about wild fake liberalism, because really the Democrats are a corporate.
You don't support Hillary though, do you?
No, I never have. And then but I've always known Donald was a charlatan. So it's like a fight between two fake people. And then when you see it come out and you see people of the DNC who are probably afraid of being prosecuted and are now saying, hey, man, this was a fraud the whole time, you kind of get the same measure from people that are in the Republican Party that say, hey, man, I can't stand with this.
I remember you were at the Philadelphia thing, the DNC. I saw you last in 2016.
Yeah, we were protesting because we felt like they lied. So, man,
that just came out now.
Well, you have to understand, I paid a heavy price being an artist because in the music world, yes, there's a slight leaning to the left, but and there were some people that were upset that I criticized
you could have sold to the establishment.
But that was the point. The point was, hey man, listen, during the ups and downs, at the end of it, when my career is over and I'm sitting there, I'm going to be the person that left it all on the field and said, hey, yeah, during the Obama administration, maybe I got some flack for criticizing him, but he deserved it. Under the Bush administration, we did the same. And then when we talk about 9/11, we talk about the fact that after that, all politics shifted, right? So the people that were in the center were now saying, okay, this isn't the center, this is left. The people who were right were now, oh, well, I'm a centrist. And the people who were far right, who never had a voice in this society, they'll lock up all the Muslims in cages and shit like that and put the immigrant children in FEMA camps. These people got a voice when they never had a voice in a pre-9/11 era. They were considered lunatics even by the establishment right-wing party, even by the fringe of the right wing. They were like, oh, we don't need the Pamela Gellers of the world here. We don't need the Milo Yiannopoulos to make fun of pedophilia. Like, screaming the N-word is not being risky and edgy. You know what I mean? You're not proving freedom of speech. It's like going to Auschwitz and holding up a Nazi symbol. Like, are you going to do that? Right? So I think that there's a double standard when we look at how people are dehumanized over the years, and then not have any understanding about the after effects of 9/11 when it comes to the Middle East, which is another point, because Bush brought up the Crusades plenty of times until people told him not to. But the funny thing about the Crusades is only half the Crusades are against Muslims. If you read history, the other half of the Crusades are against other Christians to consolidate power in Europe. And what would we experience in America, right? The consolidation of power here. The people in the Middle East are in the same dog shit they've been in for the past 100 years, ever since, England and France decided to tear their shit up after World War I, right? But have we gained or lost freedoms, brother? That's my point. No, we've lost. So the outer wars for the inner consolidation of power, that's what we're dealing with, man. And if I can get my message across by being here or anywhere else, that's what I'm going to do, brother. That's it.
All right, hey.